Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. And welcome Swag Found. I just wanted to get on here briefly today to talk about the community college versus the university and talk about the differences and the pros and the cons for both. I didn't announce that I was coming. I just said, let me jump on and cover this topic. I was going to make a video, but I decided to just jump on instead. So if you're not available now, you can always join. You can always view the replay. I see that there are a few people in. And I can't see who. Say hi as you come in. Please hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe so that you can comment. Hey, legend. Thank you, twin. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the college versus the university. Community colleges used to have a reputation of being less academically challenging than the traditional 4 year university. However, today we're going to talk about the benefits, the pros, and the cons of both. A lot has changed as it pertains to um, the world of community college, with one of the most important things being the academic standards have risen. Hey, let's get it. So, when we talk about that, it is safe to say that the faculty at the community college nowadays have anything from a bachelor's degree to a doctorate degree. So the faculty are very well qualified to teach. Now, the choice between the community college and the university really depends on your overall plan for higher education. Some people go to the community college, they get a certificate program, or they go and they get their gen eds done so that they can transfer them to a 4 year college. Some um, decide to go there and get an associate's degree and then transfer it to a 4 year college. So there's different reasons behind it. And like I said, the quality of education is comparable to the traditional institutions. Tuition is more affordable at the community college, as well as the flexibility of the schedule. Some students are still drawn to the 4 year university because one of the things to take in mind is that the 4 year university offers things such as maybe more welcoming facilities on the campus, housing and things like that, sports, and sometimes a more robust student life. Thank you, Diva. Hey, Diva. I just jumped on here. I'm not going to be long, but thank you. Um, but even with that, now the community colleges are starting to try to offer more. And one thing I want to mention is that a lot of the community colleges have been awarded grants where they are educating people for free, especially during the pandemic. I know my college, hey Linda, started offering grants in healthcare. Some offered them in different trades, and one of them offers a program for patient care techs. And what's the other program? Patient care techs. Um, I think pharmacy tech now, and what they'll pay all of the tuition fees, the scrubs, the books, everything, because the government has awarded community colleges a lot of funding to get people gainfully employed without them being in debt. And so they're promoting the community college more. So one of the biggest things to think about is the transferability of the credits. So, like I said, most people attend a 2 year community college to fulfill their general eds and or earn an associate's degree, and the classes including the college level reading and writing, the math, the science, the social sciences. And these credits, the general education credits, can be transferred to a 4 year college to earn a bachelor's degree at a lower cost. So across the country, the community colleges have worked very hard, in ensuring that the degrees that they offer, match the requirements at most universities. So, hey, Sherry, welcome. Hey, Tea Time with Chrissy. I didn't expect that, you guys. I was just trying to jump on here and do a quick video, but thank you. Please hit the like button as you come in. Please share the live if if you are able. So, um, it's called an articulation agreement between the schools. So when you're looking at if you're looking to go to a 4-year university and you do choose to get credit at the community college, I'm sorry, then look at their articulation agreements to see, you know, which universities they have partnered with. But in most cases, like I said, around the country, um, they will accept the community college credits because that's how it's set up. See, time with Chrissy. Okay, so it's your job ultimately to remember to make sure that the credits will transfer before you begin your studies. And it's also wise to have a plan in place. So when like say if you're looking to become a nurse or um, something like that, although you can get your associates as a nurse at the community college, a lot of hospitals, which it may have changed since the pandemic, but a lot of hospitals were requiring that the nurses get bachelor's degrees. It was, like they weren't hiring nurses with just the associates, even if they took the NCLEX and became certified. So, those are things to look into as you're planning. And one of the primary reasons that community colleges have grown so much in popularity is, like I said, the academic standards have improved over the last 15 to 20 years. An associate's degree used to be looked kind of down upon. It was generally assumed that the academic standards were lower, like if you said I went to a community college. But these days, it's very widely accepted, and students learn just as much, sometimes even more, attending a community college. So, those are positives. I'm looking at you guys are chatting. Hi. There actually has also been studies done that have shown that students who transfer from a community college are outperforming their university counterparts. So, it's a good thing. So, one of the main reasons for the level of quality is the faculty. Like I said, now a lot of community colleges are requiring that their professors have a master's or a doctorate degree in the discipline that they're teaching. And some may, you know, you may end up with a younger, less experienced teacher here and there, but most of them are seasoned veterans teaching at the community college. Um, so it's something to think about. Another big difference is the research. So if you take your general educations at a research university, you may be attending crowded classes being taught by graduate students. Whereas university professors, they're more focused on research than they are teaching. And the community colleges don't have these grants, so the professors are focused more on teaching as opposed to research. So that's something just to think about. Another thing is the class size. If you like you've probably seen on TV, they have these crowded lecture halls at the university, whereas at a community college, they usually have 20 students or less. They usually try not to go over 24 students. And so that allows you to have more interaction with the professor. You can have more constructive discussion. And it's not as one-sided, like someone just lecturing. They're not involving you, and they're giving more of a monologue. So, that's something to think about because who wants to just sit in a class and with hundreds of people and just listen to the teacher? You read that requiring higher credentials for yes, yes. So they've the reason, Sherry, for them requiring higher credentials is that they want to be able to say that the community college education is as robust as the 4-year university. So the one of the main reasons that it's beneficial to attend a community college versus a university initially is the cost. Public and private universities, they're very expensive, and there's been a rise in tuition at the public university and the private university. So, yes, Sherry, you're right. So, if you think about it, um, across the board, the community college is much more affordable because the tuition is like half of that of a public university, because you don't have the big campus infrastructure. You don't have the extra. You do have some community colleges that have extracurricular programs, but not as in depth as the large universities. One of the things that still costs the same basically is the books. Books are very expensive, but some community colleges are now working on doing what they call all access, where they'll purchase a textbook and you use it for the whole. If you're in a program, you use that book, or you pay one price. I know they are doing that one of the at the school that I work for. um so and you save money too, because if you live on campus, most of us are too old to live on campus. I'm not going to say too old, but we have families and things like that, so we really don't normally live on campus. But if you have children who are getting ready to go away to college, I recommend it, and it's just a recommendation, um, that they get the gen eds done at the community college and transfer them into a 4-year university. Our kids nowadays, I know my oldest daughter, she was gung ho on going away. She wanted that college life and things like that. And I encourage that. However, I feel like they should, be more, like, they don't have to have the debt that they would incur by going away. They still can go away, but get those gen eds done and save a ton of money. And even some colleges are giving scholarships for transferring in. If you transfer in an associate's degree or a certain amount of credits from a community college. So you said, I remember back in my day, they used high school teachers as a substitute for community college, but that was my home state, though. Oh, yeah. They, I don't know if they have done that here though. I've never heard of that. We are using high school teachers for some of our dual credit classes, where we have students at the high school taking college level credits, and some of the it depends on the curriculum or the course. Like, in a lot of cases, the students come to us, but we do have a few, like, AP classes where the high school teacher is teaching and they get credit. You say Hawaii. Oh, okay. Okay. Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii. Sherry, you still live in Hawaii? My husband and I were talking about going there, but I just can't do that flight. It's so long from Illinois. But so it is wise to save money. So, I mean, I've seen so many kids at the community college who have gone away to college and they still end up back there. And I'm like, well, why did you choose? Well, I wanted to go away. And because it's not for everybody. And that's another thing that one day I'm going to talk about, is the pressure that we put on kids these days. Like, I see people who they go, well, my kid declared this university, that university. It sounds good. It looks good. Oh, you live in Washington State now. But everybody isn't I'm not going to say that they don't have the capability, but it's just not for everybody. And so we shouldn't push our kids to go to a four-year college unless we know that they are academically prepared and it's something that they want. So I have two daughters. They're 10 years apart. Well, my youngest daughter had no desire to attend a four-year college or go away to school. She wanted to stay home and go to school. And I was kind of relieved because my 30-year my older daughter, she got her degree, she graduated, but her degree isn't something that now she's interested in something totally different. So, and now she's still in school. So it's like I just think that they're not always ready to they need to figure things out sometimes. Everybody at the age of 17 and 18 are not necessarily ready. And so that is why a lot of students you see on Facebook or wherever, they're going away, they're having these big trunk parties, which is awesome, don't get me wrong, but a lot of them end up back home before those 4 years. And guess what? That debt is going to follow them for the rest of their lives. I mean, tuition, just room and board alone is over $10,000. Um, so like 1 year of school could easily be 40,000, or depending on the school that they go to. You said my four went to community college for their basics, then transferred out. That is so smart, Linda, and that's what I'm trying to get across um, to people. Not to go in so much debt. I have so much student loan debt. You say true, but I encourage them, if not college, at least consider some type of vocational training. Yes, or choose a field and enroll in an 18-month program. Yes, that is so wise. And that's why I was saying these community colleges are being given funding. And it's so sad because we got over $1 million for a for the it's called the workforce um, opportunities grant or equity grant or something, an equity initiative. That's what it is. It's WEI. And we were begging people. This was during the pandemic, like right before the pandemic. We would have students who when we first started, they were running to the school, and then some of them would get in and then not finish. And I mean, when I tell you it's only like a 1 or 2 semesters, they were going to leave the program being certified in phlebotomy, certified in CNA, and certified in EKG and PCT. Four stackable credentials, free of charge, books included, scrubs included, fees included, testing certification exams included, and people don't want to go to school. And it's just amazing to me. Um, and the bad part about that is that when the government gives grants out like that to colleges and they don't get utilized, then it's hard to get grants again. You know what I'm saying? They want to see some outcomes assessments from it. So it's something that really it bugs me because I guess because I know the pain of having debt associated with education, and then I also know the benefits of taking advantage of the community college. There are students who another thing is, and I'll talk about that when I go over the accreditation uh live. I've worked in the sector of um we it just slipped my mind. But in the second the it's not public education, it's private education, but the schools are not they're the schools that have good programs, but they cost a lot and the students pay more. So say like for a medical assistant program at the community college, a student could have come in there if they were eligible for Pell, and they could have attended the program for free, and they could have also probably got money back from Pell. And there was a school and then there's a school like down the street from each other, community college versus a um it's gonna come to me the word. I don't know why I'm not thinking about it. Okay, go ahead. I sure will. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much. Have fun at work. Oh, leave work. You coming home. Okay, so And they would pay $30,000. They were paying $30,000 for a certificate in medical assisting when they could have attended a community college. But what scared them away, because I asked the students when the for profit, that's what it is, the for profit school I'm sorry, when they closed down because they had lawsuits because they were not accredited and whatever. When they closed, I went and I interviewed the students to get them to, we were trying to see if we can get them transferred into our school. And it was hard because their credits were not transferable into our school because they were not accredited. And I asked, well, why did you guys attend here as opposed to the school down the street where you could have probably attended for free and you came here to pay 30,000 for a year? And many of them said because of the prereqs. So it's like sometimes it's intimidating, for them to know that they have to take prereqs. So what I've done, what I'm in the process of doing now is our medical assisting program at the community college. I'm working on getting the prereqs incorporated within the program and separate from, like, teaching the students what they need, and that's it. And if they want to take higher classes, then they can. Something to sell the program and to make it less intimidating. But yes, but yet be robust. So another thing other than cost is the flexibility. That's a Flexibility has a huge advantage at the community college because, like I said, it it is it's flexible in that students who have jobs, students who have families and things like that, they can commute to class. Um, they can go home at night other than living on campus, because if you live on campus, you can't. If you have a family, it's hard. And you can work a job. It's a lot of things you can do working if you're attending a community college. And also they have night classes, whereas most universities don't offer like night classes. So there's a lot of benefits to it other than the cost. Hi, if you've come in, please hit the like button. I have more likes than I do participants. That's good. No. So, of, of course, if it's my phone always wants to ring when I'm doing something. So, student culture and campus life. That's another thing. Large universities will always have the community colleges beat when it comes to student culture and campus life, because they have more athletic programs. They have more. This is a pro for the university. They have more student clubs. They have more, different organizations. They have the pledging factor. I want if people want to be, into different sororities, fraternities, and things like that. And a lot of students feel like they need to have the college experience, which includes living in the dorms and participating in campus life. So you won't find that type of culture at the community college. Certainly you won't have fraternities or sororities, but the thing is, you can always get that, like, when you're done with the community college, and you will have saved a substantial amount of money. So, if you like to play sports, there are competitions at many of the community colleges, and they do have scholarships and things like that. So that's something you can look at. So, like I said, I wasn't going to keep you long. I just wanted to drop that on you. If you're thinking about college, with there being the summer break now, if you have college aged children and you are a single parent, you don't want, of course, you don't want to carry that burden. You definitely don't want your child to come out of school um, with that burden on them. So, in summary, completing your gen ed requirements at the community college has several advantages over a 4-year university. You will pay much less money to attend a more flex, smaller college with more flexibility in your classes that provide the same quality education. Okay. You will miss out some. on that initial college experience aspect, but you will avoid a good amount of student debt in the process, which to me is worth more than itself. I mean, if you want that college experience, get an apartment. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Nadira. So, if you're dead set on attending a traditional university and you have the financial means, it can be a rewarding experience that you'll never forget. But if you just want to get a good education and save money, then you should explore the community colleges in your area. Okay, that is it for today. Do you all have any questions? If so, you said very informative. My children are grown. Oldest is 40, but great info for the grandchildren. Yes, Linda, it is. And I wish, I mean, I get I get chills when I talk about it. I go and I talk to high school kids about it. We have high school kids who visit our college and, tour our allied health area. And it's like I almost want to beg them because I think about, like I said, I have 4 degrees and I think about how much debt I have. And I just don't want to see that happen, if it doesn't have to, especially children, especially students, parents who are our color, because um I don't know, I just feel like it can be avoided. And believe it or not, some I don't want to say, well, some of the other individuals, their kids are taking advantage of the community college, especially during the summer. They come home and they take advantage of that, and I see it. But our kids, we're like, we just want to be able to say, oh, my kid goes to such and such university. They can always go to that, but you do it wisely. Don't give the university an extra $50,000 when you don't have to. Um, because that student loan debt, let me tell you, it's going to follow you to your grave. There, there's no way to write it off on if you file bankruptcy. You can't do student loans and you can't do child support. So that's something that we need to be educating our kids. And I try to tell the high school kids, and sometimes when I'm talking to them, I mean, you can look at the child and they're still like really kiddish and they're goofy and they're giggling and doing things like that. And I'm like, so what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, a brain surgeon. Oh, I'm going to such and such school, and I'm like, okay. Not to say, I would never tell a student, oh, you're not going to do that. But a lot of them don't even know what it takes to become a brain surgeon or even a nurse for that matter. So I tell them, I said, well, how about you try maybe a patient care tech while you're in school and see if you even like that. Because you know how many people have gone to school and gotten degrees and things that they find out later that they don't even like? So many of them. They get into this field. I had a cousin who went to school for engineering and hated it. So, and it's like with my daughter, she went to school for theater. She was very active in theater and she's great at it. When she was in high school, she performed, she sang, she danced, she made costumes. She was excellent in it. And I told her then, I said, you should probably go to school for something in healthcare. Well, I don't want to do healthcare. You said I can do anything I wanted to do. I'm like, okay. And she went, she graduated, she performed in college, she worked with some of the top, like she even worked hand in hand with Stacy Keach at the Paramount Theater, and then downtown at one at can't think of the name of that theater. But after a while, she realized, Mommy, this is something that takes all of your time. Most of these people are either divorced because it's just a lot of work. It's not as it's not for everybody. So now she's in school trying to become a nurse. So you know, it's just one of those things. You said my daughter went to school for business but changed her major to teaching. And see, the good thing about teaching, oh, Nadira said listening at my desk at work, very interesting for my grandson. Please take this information. Um, and I will be, like I said, having more information, especially like with financial aid and things like that. But Teaching, the good thing about teaching is that if you learn something, like say your daughter went to school for business, if she goes to school and get a master's in business, she can teach business. And and nowadays teaching online is very popular now. So you may not even have to go in the building. Okay. So we'll talk about that type of stuff too, the credentials for teaching, how to become a teacher, and things like that. It's so much stuff I want to share with you all. Okay. So I've gone over my 30-minute mark. I was wondering if anyone had any questions. No one has any questions. Thank you so much for your comments. I really appreciate you all joining this live. Please share it and, invite others to join. We do plan on having a lot of great information for you. Yay, Linda said, I can't wait. I can't wait either, Linda. And I will also be doing some classes. I'm thinking about maybe doing some medical terminology and things like that, stuff that you have a blessed evening too, Linda. So we will be meeting back up. Thank you again for joining us and enjoy the rest of your Thursday. And I will see you all on live tonight. DJ is coming on live, and I will be there, and I will be joining some of you as you go live. Thank you. Goodbye.